So, good morning everyone. My name is Mariel Banga and I'm one of the presenter from the topic with regards to the negative impact about the innovation and technologies in the information age. So, before we begin our main discussion, we must learn first what are the objectives in this discussion. So, first, we will know and understand the negative impacts about the innovation and technology in the information age. Then second, to apply what we have learned from this lesson in our daily lives. So, introduction. So, innovations and technology are everywhere. We all know that. And so, we use them in our daily life to get informations on what is currently happening right now in our world. However, too much use of these technologies can cause a negative impact not to just us individuals but also to the society. So here are some negative impact of innovations and technologies for individuals. So first, we have here that it diminishes relationships and social skills. So because of the advancement of technology, many people spend their time virtually instead of spending it physically. So they more likely text, chat, or video call on social media platforms instead of meeting them personally. So basically, if we keep on using technologies, it may cause stagnant relationship within the family, friends, or any other relatives we have. Alright, so we have here as well the negative impact of innovations and technology on society. So, since we are now on the information age, many people have created their own innovations. However, this may also cause conflict to the society because some people may judge and have their own opinions about the work. So this may cause lost confidence within the self, and some may even result to suicide because of this. So basically, because of the advancement of technology, many people have created their own innovations as well. However, there are some people that critique our work. That is why the innovators or the creators of these innovations may also lose their confidence in making other innovations as well. So, communication also is one aspect that is important in the society. However, because of the advancement of technology, instead of spending your quality time with your loved ones physically, you just do it virtually through text, chat, or even video calls on social media platforms. So, if you lack physical attachment with your family, friends, or any other relatives, so basically it may cause stagnant relationship within yourself and your loved ones as well.
Eye strain. Eye strain is a common condition that occurs when your eyes get tired from intense use, such as while staring at computer screen and other digital devices. People who look at screens 2 or more hours in a row every day have the greatest risk of condition. Symptoms of digital eye strain may include blurred vision, dry eyes, headaches, and neck and shoulder pain. Complications of eye strain. Eye strain doesn't have serious or long-term consequences, but it can be aggravating and unpleasant, can make you tired and reduce your ability to concentrate.
People are more connected than ever, thanks in large part to rapid advancements in technology. It is difficult to recall what life was like before technology was so interwoven in society and our daily lives. While we owe a debt of gratitude to the bright brains who have provided us with such advances, it would be naive to think of technology as purely a benefit to humanity. It may often be a curse with countless visible and invisible impacts on individuals, groups, and humanity as a whole. While some forms of technology may have made positive changes in the world, There is evidence for the negative effects of technology and its overuse as well. Here are 7 technology has made humanity worse. 1. Using mobile devices and computers is bad for our posture. Smartphone slouch, desk slump, text neck, whatever you call it, the way we hold ourselves when we use devices like phones, computers, and tablets isn't healthy. This posture can lead not only to back and neck issues but psychology ones as well, including lower self-esteem and mood, decreased assertiveness and productivity, and an increased tendency to recall negative things, according to a column in the New York Times. Your physical posture sculpts your psychological posture and could be the key to a happier mood and greater self-confidence, Harvard Business School professor Amy Cuddy wrote in the column. 2. Insomnia can be another side effect of digital devices. Using your devices too much before bedtime can lead to insomnia. That's because of the short wavelength artificial blue light that digital devices emit, which delays your body's internal clock and circadian rhythm and suppress the release of melatonin, the sleep-inducing hormone, according to the National Sleep Foundation. The more electronic devices that a person uses in the evening, the harder it is to fall asleep or stay asleep, according to the foundation. 3. Technology is addictive. Using tech devices is addictive, and it's becoming more and more difficult to disengage with their technology. 4. Technology is leading us to sedentary lifestyles. When we use devices for hours on end, it is often paired with extended periods of sitting, whether at desks, on couches, or in bed. A sedentary lifestyle leads to an increased risk of many conditions and diseases, including diabetes, cardiovascular disease, colon cancer, and obesity, according to the World Health Organization. 5. Social media and screen time can be bad for mental health. It is not only physical health that suffers from the effects of technology, our mental health does too. 6. Relationships can be harmed by too much tech use. Technology can have a negative impact on relationships, particularly when it affects how we communicate. One of the primary issues is that misunderstandings are much more likely to occur when communicating via text or email, physician Alex Lickerman wrote in an article for Psychology Today. 7. Young people are losing the ability to interact face-to-face. Another social skill that technology is helping to erode is young people's ability to read body language and nuisance in face-to-face encounters. This is due to the fact that so much of their communication is done not in person but online, wrote Mark Berlane. We live in a culture where young people outfitted with iPhone and laptop and devoting hours every evening from age 10 onward to the messaging of one kind and another are ever less likely to develop the silent fluency that comes from face-to-face interaction, he wrote. It is important for all citizens to comprehend the societal necessities that led to the development of information and communication technologies, as well as the positive and negative implications of these technologies on knowledge generation, dissemination and use, as well as the expression of ideas. Students can gain these insights and capacities by attending technology classes or simply by doing everyday activities at home, such as studying traditional topics in school and pursuing personal interests. To put it in another way, the process of using various technologies to access and engage with information and knowledge can result in valuable learning about the technology itself, which contributes to students' success.
Have you ever tried attending a family gathering, a lunch out with friends, or any social events nowadays? What have you noticed? I have personally observed, especially with the presence of the pandemic, that people have been so distant with each other, even if they are just 1 meter physically apart. And the reason that I can point out in this situation is technology. People have their phones, iPads, and some wearing headphones and earpods, making face-to-face communication a little bit harder to take place. One of the most obvious negative effects of the technological advancement and innovations is isolation. Given the situation of social events and activities, we tend to keep ourselves isolated from what is currently happening in our surroundings because we are too engaged in another world right in front of us, inside the tiny screens of our smartphones. Instead of trying to strike a conversation and getting to know other people, we keep ourselves inside of an unbreakable bubble that isolates us from the rest of the people surrounding us. All in all, I could definitely agree that technology have imparted in the betterment of our society. However, we shall never let it take over our entire lives.
So, as experts says that they have found that in the condition to making our lives more convenient, there is also a negative side or negative impacts of technology. It can be addicting and it can hurt our communication skills. For me, there were a lot of things and negative impacts of technology in our lives, especially today during this pandemic and having an online class and modular for students. I can say that it will affect the low academic performance. Why? Because due to the reason that we cannot go to school, modules, projects, assignments were sent at home. So, as students today, as more comfortable on gadgets, they simply research for their assignment. So, their academic performance will be lower than they were in school because they will be independent on what they have in their technology. So I think technology has a very disadvantage in students in case of their academic performance. So that would be all of my part, and I am only focusing on the academic performance because it really means a lot for me during this pandemic and online classes and modular. So that's all. Thank you.
Though technology gave us many positive sides like an easier way of communication, technology unfortunately gave us negative sides as well. Cyberbullying and cybercrime is very prevalent with the use of technology, since technology enables us to become an anonymous person. People find it easier to bully others through the technology. They bully to boost their ego. With the use of technology, it is easier to do crime. The most common cybercrime is robbery. Hackers easily rob information as well as money through online. With series of clicks, they can easily steal money and information anonymously. With this, proper use of technology is needed to be performed by everyone in order for us to use technology efficiently.
Hello, I'm Johari Siquijor, and I will present some of the negative results brought about by innovations and technological advances in the information stage. 1. Issues of privacy have become huge, as it becomes increasingly difficult to control personal information in the digital and internet world. Financial details can be hacked, candid photos or videos posted on the web, and personal identities can be stolen. 2. Modern societies are increasingly dependent on technology. Many basic services such as hospitals, road transport system, airports, and military defense can now be knocked out by cyber attack or a catastrophic failure. Humans would be almost helpless if the technology was taken away overnight. And 3. Technology brings with it all sorts of environmental problems, as well as machines and devices often being made from toxic or non-biodegradable materials. Most technologies have a power source, which can often mean an increase in the consumption of electricity and fossil fuels. That's all. Thank you.
The negative effects of technology. First, climate change. If because of they have a lot of technology invented, and one of the reason why they have a climate change, it's because of overusing technology. Most of us today is using technology right now, and all people using technology. Be responsible for what the outcomes of what technology you are using today, because today our Mother Earth is losing, and at the end of the day, the affected of this is the young generation who was they starting for their lives.
People are connected now more than ever. Communication has never been more convenient and easier. A wide variety of information is now more accessible and open to public use. All these are only possible thanks to the rapid advancements in technology. Innovation and technology paved way for a more convenient and easier way of living. While some forms of technology may have made positive changes in the world, there is evidence for the negative effects of technology and its overuse as well. Social media and technological devices may lead to psychological and physical issues such as eye strain, difficulty focusing on important tasks, and stress and anxiety. They may also contribute to more serious health conditions such as depression. The overuse of technology may lead to social and family problems, as well as sleep deprivation and poor posture. Technology can be even used to put a hole in your pockets, as it can be a gateway to cybercrime such as phishing, identity theft, scams, and online fraud. There is no denying the impact technology has made in today's information age. It can't also be denied that there are some possible risks along with its positive effects. It's for the sake of everyone's overall health to take steps to cut back on their use of devices and screen time, and we evaluate their way of using the internet. In order to prevent or mitigate the negative effects of technology, one must follow a set of guidelines in handling these innovations in a careful and responsible way.
So we have here the reflection. So even though we are now in the information age era, so where technology and innovations are rampant, we must also know our limitations on how we use these technologies and innovation, as well as we must know the consequences if we abuse using these innovations and technologies. So basically in this reflection, so it is telling us to know our responsibilities and as well as know our limitations in using these technologies and innovations as well. So here are the 10 rules or guidelines in using the different media information. So first, we have here learn how to give credits to where you get the data or information. So in these first rules or guidelines, so basically we must know the source and as well as to give credits to the owner of this information so that it will avoid us from plagiarism. So the second one we have here, be responsible for your own actions. So whatever you share or whatever informations you give on any social media platforms or any media information platforms, so you must be responsible for that one. If there's any problem, be responsible. If there's not, be responsible as well. So we have here the third rules and guidelines, which is avoid creating inappropriate or violent contents. It is because we have also kids viewing our contents on any social media platform. So that is why we must be also aware of all the contents we share on any media information platforms. So the fourth one we have here, be wary of the links, website or application you use. Yes, it is because nowadays phishing and scamming is very rampant in the social media world. So that is why we must be wary of the links and website or applications we try to access do. Alright, so the fifth one we have here, be careful of the information you share on any forms of media. Yes, it is because if we provide any informations, or if we are not being careful in providing these informations to social medias, we might get involved in these phishing or scamming activities. So the sixth one, we have here, familiarize the rules, regulations, security, and privacy of any media that you are accessing. Yes, it is important for us to know and familiarize the rules, regulations, security, and privacy of a certain website, because we might not know if we are violating any informations in this website, and also for us to know as well how they really protected our privacy if we provide the informations on that certain website. So the seventh rules and guidelines we have here, if you share, don't overshare. So if you hear or share any informations you know, don't add or subtract or deduct that information, so that it will not also cause chaos in the social media world. So the eighth rules and guidelines we have here, check the reliability of the source of information you get. So yeah, we must also do our research and double check the information we get from a certain source, so that we can also provide these informations to other people with a reliable source of information. Alright, so the ninth rules and guidelines we have here, be truthful in all informations you share online. So yeah, so we must be truthful in all informations that we provide online. So it is because it is important to be truthful at all, so that we will be a credible or a reliable source of information if we provide another informations in the future as well. So the last rules and guidelines we have here, be respectful to the other media information providers, as well as be respectful to the opinion of others. So this is the last part and very important rules and guidelines in this lesson. It is because in order for you to be respected, you must be respectful first. And also we must accept the other opinions as well, whether it is negative or positive, so that it will also help us to improve and be better in the future as well.